you slammed the door, I messed up on the bedroom floor. What the hell do we do this for? I push you out but you come back. That attraction, we can't fight that. Oh, keep telling myself that I should let go, but I hold on. And oh, keep telling myself that I should move on, but I don't. 'Cause we got that mad love, we got that sad love, we got that fun love, we got that young love, yeah, that dumb love. 'Cause we got that mad love, we got that sad love, we got that fun love, we got that young love, yeah, that dumb love. We got that. Kiss me and the world disappears. Tell me the things that I wanna hear. I just wanna stay right here. You push me out, but I come back. That attraction, I can't fight that. Oh, keep telling myself that I should let go, but I hold on. And oh, keep telling myself that I should move on, but I don't. 'Cause we got that mad love, we got that sad love, we got that fun love, we got that young love, yeah, that dumb love. 'Cause we got that mad love, we got that sad love, we got that fun love, we got that young love, yeah, that dumb love. We got that love. We got that young love, that young 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 love.
Good morning and welcome back. Welcome if you are new. I got a new chalkboard. For those of you who are new, I am a self-proclaimed kitchen chalkboard artist. I decided to upgrade the chalkboard because I wanted more space to play and I couldn't find one large enough, so I made my own by purchasing a blank sign that they sell at Hobby Lobby that have the frame on them, and then I just purchased some of the chalkboard paint and it worked out perfectly. This is probably, or actually, this is the only Valentine decor you will find in my home this year. I don't typically decorate the inside of our home, and I didn't want to be fake and go out and buy stuff and decorate. If I were to ever decorate indoors for Valentine's, it would be with antique dishes and crystal sugar bowls and fresh flowers. I don't know. Maybe I'll be able to pull that off next year. But I would have to collect everything because I don't have all of that kind of stuff. Anywho, on this weekend, we are taking it slow. Ernie was enjoying the NFL playoffs, and I was creating, cleaning, cooking. I don't normally do housework on the weekends because weekends are short, and we are usually trying to make up on time by visiting with family, shopping, movies, you know, the fun stuff. But this particular weekend, we were home alone and decided to spend as much time as possible at home. And I think that that's super important, to slow down, stay home, and actually live in your home. And that might sound kind of corny, but if you think about it, do you actually live in your home or do you just exist in it? Most of us just exist. So on occasion, it's nice to slow down and really take in your surroundings and blessings. This is called slow living, and yes, that's a thing. Slow living means to slow down your pace and whatever it is that you're doing. And it really helps you to appreciate your things and your space, and it really just opens you up to reimagine and just all kinds of good things and good feels. So I practiced that for about a week, and I was curious to see if it was going to change my perspective on housework. So yeah. Anyways, so we are going to finish this chalkboard and get that hung up, and then we're going to move on to cooking a really yummy breakfast. So this was on a Sunday. The night before, I had made a yummy pot roast dinner for Ernie and I. It was so yum. And typically, when I make a pot roast and we have leftovers, I will make a like a yummy breakfast of machaca, or I'll make beef tacos. I always try and reinvent the leftovers into something completely different, and that is exactly what I decided to do this morning. I had everything, so why not? So I am just going to whip up some machaca for Ernie and I and some fresh salsa, and we are going to actually set the table and sit down and enjoy breakfast together, and it was so nice. Now, we always sit at the table, but we don't always set the table. Nothing fancy. I mean, we use paper towels for napkins. No, we don't go crazy, but we will typically serve our dishes at the stove or from the island where I put all the pots out, or the pans out, and, fix our plate and then go sit down and enjoy our meal together. But on this day, I decided that I wanted to set the table and make it a little bit more special. if you're at all interested in how I make my salsa, let me know and I'll make a video on it. I got some tips from my father-in-law many, many years ago. He owned several taco shops in San Diego and near the beach. If you've ever visited San Diego and went to a restaurant called Nachos or Casa de Nacho in Ocean Beach or Nachos in Pacific Beach, that was my father-in-law's restaurants. He taught me some tricks for the salsa, and so I've made it my own over the years, and I can show you guys that. That is the only salsa that I ever make, and it is always so good. Ernie is the refryer of beans in our house. He always volunteers to do it whenever there's beans on the menu. He enjoys that, and he likes to add his little touches to the beans. He always doctors up the canned beans. He doctors up my fresh beans when I make those. On this day, we didn't have any fresh beans. When we do not have fresh beans in the fridge to make, we turn to Sun Vista canned pinto beans. In our opinion, those are the best canned beans that you can get. But he does such a good job, and it's always nice to have a spouse that likes to make something you don't enjoy making, so that when you're hungry or not in the mood to cook, you can always turn to them and say, "Can you make that for me?" And they always are happy to do it. So anyways, we are just having beans with our machaca, and you guys, breakfast was so delicious.
Yeah, I'm tongue-tied, twisted around your finger like a piece of string. I'm winded, chasing after your ghost is real exhausting. I'm in love, but I don't think it's what I thought it was supposed to be. Love story, no guts and no glory. How did I...
Ernie loves to do the dishes. I'm just kidding. He hates to do the dishes. Growing up in the restaurant business, he always was stuck in the kitchen washing pots and pans, and so that ruined it for me. Thanks, Nacho. Anyways, he does not like to do the dishes, but being the sweet man that he is, he always offers when I cook to clean the kitchen or while I'm in the kitchen cooking, because I'm a very messy cook. He is behind me, cleaning up after me, just, lighten his load because he'll usually offer to do the dishes. And anyway, so that's what he did. He did the dishes for me. Thanks, babe. Just so you guys know, Ernie does watch every single one of my videos, and he reads the comments, and he's so supportive. He's been behind me on everything I've ever done 100% of the time. Our entire relationship. And so he loves to support my channel. So you will see him comment, in the videos because he works out of town. And so, when he's eating lunch or what have you at work, he'll, play my videos and watch them and comment. And I think that's so sweet. So if you're still watching at this point, say hi to Ernie in the comments and let him know that he's a great guy for doing that. Anyway, so I am just taking some of my housework that I would normally do on a Monday and, taking it off my list on this Sunday because Ernie was in the garage watching football, the playoffs. And so I decided to go ahead and tackle some of these things. And it was so nice to wake up on that Monday and not have these things to do. Little tiny things. It's not like the house was a disaster or anything. Like I'd mentioned, we were home all weekend by ourselves. And so the house just, was nice and neat. And these are just things that need to get done on, a weekly basis. Dusting. Well, dusting in this house is like an every hour thing. I swear this house is so dusty. But anyways, just taking some things off of my list. And I'm moving really, slow throughout the house. I'm not, rushing through any of the housework. I'm really just trying to take my time and just really enjoy and appreciate everything that I'm dusting. Again, some of you might say, wow, that's really corny, but hey, I want to encourage you to try this slow living thing. When you're dusting the table, don't hug the table, but you don't have to thank the table, but really appreciate, the table that you're dusting. And, and that just sounds so corny. It's coming out of my mouth and it sounds so corny, but I think some of you guys understand what I'm trying to say. We take for granted the things that we have, the places that we live, and I just feel like this is a chore. Yes, it's a chore. But when you think of your things and, how pretty they are, or, how you acquired it, maybe you're cleaning something that you really wanted and you finally got it. If you think about that rather than rushing through it, it keeps you, what is the word I'm looking for? It keeps you enthusiastic, I guess, about your home. And so that is what I found. I had mentioned earlier that I was going to do this for a week, and I did. And that is what I found. I found that it created enthusiasm for me in my home. It created enthusiasm for future projects. It created enthusiasm for creating, little vignettes throughout the house. It created enthusiasm for lots of different things, homemaking, if that makes any sense at all. So, I want to encourage you, if you're somebody who's just existing in your home or living in your home, to try living in your home. And if you're not sure exactly what the difference is, let me just try and sum it up. Let's see. If I was just existing in my home, I would wake up every morning and do the exact same thing. I would be rushing to, for instance, I'll use myself, okay? I'm a YouTube creator, so, I kind of have to have an idea on a weekly basis as to what I'm going to be doing because it's a job, right? And so I have to have an idea of what it is that I'm going to be doing. So for the most part, when I make videos, it's like, okay, I'm going to be doing this today. I'm going to film it. And so I'll rush through that filming process to make the video. And during that time, in no way, shape, or form have I even stopped to really appreciate the things that I was cleaning, or reimagine, my decor, or, do I want to paint a wall a different color, or, that kind of stuff. And so, you're rushing through life, I guess, in your home, or it's like, oh gosh, the kids are going to come home. I've got to start, getting a snack ready. And are you really putting a lot of thought into that snack, or, it's almost dinner time. What do I make? Let me look online and see if there's like a quick 30-minute meal I can make. You're not really putting a whole lot of thought into the meal itself, the preparation of the meal, the setting of the table, making it special, that kind of stuff. I don't know if any of that makes any sense to you, but I think that it would become more clear if maybe you challenged yourself to try slow living for 24 hours in your home and see if that changes your perspective at all.
'Cause I feel it so strong. I've been on hold now, baby. Don't you feel the times are coming when it feels so right to dance in the moonlight, baby, with you. Don't you feel the times are coming? 'Cause I feel it so
Ernie came upstairs when I was hanging up all of these clothes or sweats, and he said, Anna, how many sweats do you own? Sweatshirts do you own? A lot, babe. Okay, a lot. I own a lot. I love my sweatshirts. I'm not a fashionista in any way, shape, or form. I just am not. I'm all about comfort. Comfort, comfort, comfort. Even my dressy clothes are comfortable clothes. But when I'm home and it's winter, I live in sweats and leggings, and that's just, life. Anyways, so now I'm cleaning up this disaster of a mess here. The washing machine is off balance or went off balance or something, and completely threw my Downy and my detergent to the ground, and it spilled everywhere, and it's still on the ground because I'm afraid to put it back up there because it's done it 3 times. A matter of fact, after I was done filming this and I was still doing laundry, it did it again, you guys, and this time it got all over the carpet. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I need to have somebody come in and look at it. I think a heavy load was put in there and it threw the barrel off. I haven't a clue, but I'm afraid now to put my detergent and everything on top of the washing machine because I don't want to, well, number one, keep losing product, and number two, having to clean it up. But anyway, so that is what I'm doing, and that is my day. That was my Sunday. That was my slow living Sunday. I got a lot accomplished, and it felt really good. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. You guys know that I appreciate you hanging out with me when I do these videos. I love bringing content like this to you guys. I hope that it was helpful and encouraging. And I want to know if you plan on practicing slow living for at least 24 hours and let me know if it changes your perspective. If it does, I want you to come back to this video and I want you to comment and I want you to tell me what you experienced and if you experienced anything at all, and that would be great. I would love to hear that because, I know it changed my perspective. Anyways, I want to thank you again, and I hope you got a little bit of motivation and inspiration, and we will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Say what's wrong or right. No. It's not hard to fool me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to the good life.